We took a break. We're back. Why did we take a break?
Potty.
Oh, we took a potty break. We took a potty break.
Potty and it's hot.
We're back. I think we have one more big thing we want to talk about, and I mean I'll introduce it. I'm gonna go straight out and say it. I think Haaland is the best striker Prem's ever seen.
Prem's ever
I
seen.
don't think that's that crazy.
Have you seen Nicholas Jackson, bro?
Yeah, come on, man.
Have you seen Nicholas Jackson?
I don't think.
How many assists
I
does
think
Haaland have
Haaland
this
has
season?
more talent in his right big toe than Nicholas Jackson
That's
has.
foul behavior. We already had our conversation about Nicholas Jackson.
He's left-footed, by the way.
He is left-footed. He is left-footed.
That the Prem has ever seen.
Yes. Bro,
I don't
70
think
goals in
has
69
ever
matches?
seen yet, but I think
He's on the way.
will.
He needs
ever
that
see.
consistency, but yeah, I
As
think
of-
he's definitely on that like slope of being the best.
I think his slope is
yeah.
so like insanely ahead that he would have to have such bad seasons for him not to continue to be.
Yeah, I'll throw a stat in there for that. So he's at 70 goals in 69 games. Okay. Do you know how many goals Drogba has in the league, in the Premier League?
No.
Shoot a number.
The Premier League.
So eight
He only-
seasons.
He only had like
seasons.
120 goal season, right?
Uh,
Like one
yeah, that
one
was
season
the
he had
alone.
one-
two. He had
that
two.
was-
Two
Two?
20-goal seasons.
won the
One was
Blue-
20 and one was 29.
I'm gonna
Or one
say-
was it 29? I think it was 29.
I'm gonna say 85. I don't know.
All right, that's pretty disrespectful for 8 seasons.
I don't know. I thought you were like
close.
because I
It
know
was-
his first season's ass.
It was 10 goals in the first season and then 12 in
Yeah.
the
He
second.
said that was
Yeah.
disrespectful, but then
It's
that was
104.
close.
It's 104.
104.
So, but I
Okay.
should have said how many games.
Is it
He has
disrespectful or is
200
it close?
something games.
So
Oh,
he's
okay.
34
So-
goals away from.
Wait.
No, he's 34 goals away
In
from
how
them.
many games?
In like 200. Drogba has over 200 games played. I
Well,
wanna
have
say
you seen his
254.
hat trick stat too?
Yeah, bro.
His hat trick stats
actually
are like
Dude,
he's-
ridiculous.
It's actually he's at 8 right now. I think he's tied with
in
with
69 games and yeah,
yeah,
there's
it's
people,
like
yeah.
everyone else on that list is over like 150.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, so I
Aguero's
will
pissing
say
his
this.
leg.
I know he's done it in, he did it in Borussia Dortmund. He did it in where was the other team?
Salzburg.
It was
No, the
Salzburg.
other one.
It was Salzburg.
Was it Salzburg?
Before Salzburg,
Okay,
I think it was it Molde? No, he was.
I don't
Well,
remember
he
who
did
was
it in those two
Salzburg.
teams, which I understand, but you're talking
was
about
Molde.
Bundesliga, which we've seen a lot of players that come out of Bundesliga scoring a lot of goals don't do it in the Premier League.
Timo Werner.
Exactly. Now, I see him in the Prem. He's doing it, but he's also in
The way
Pep
that
Guardiola.
motherfucker just nodded when he said Timo Werner, he went.
Dude, it's so annoying.
He's in Pep Guardiola's team, bro. Like you cannot like put down the fact that Pep Guardiola is probably one of the best managers of all time.
The best manager.
Okay,
In my opinion,
fair.
he is the best.
Best manager of all time. Whatever. I'll say one of the best because that's a take that for another time. But he's in that system. He goes into a Chelsea team. I don't think he does the same stuff that he's doing at City because of the coach, because of the system.
No.
I think he scores more goals than we've
I think he
seen, but I
would've-
don't think he does what he's doing there.
Considering that, all right, Man City created the most chances last season, I'm pretty sure statistically, but Chelsea were, I think, top 3 or top 4 in chances created, and Nicholas Jackson had 24, 27 big chances missed. Haaland had 34 big chances missed last season, so I think Haaland would have finished a majority of those big chances that Nicholas Jackson missed. And we're talking about glaring misses Jackson had. That's not saying Haaland doesn't have glaring misses, but I think Nicholas Jackson had 14 non-penalty goals last season. If Haaland was in that exact same system that we played in, I think he gets 25, just like he got 27 at City.
Fair.
I think
it's
so.
it's a speculation, but it's not
It's-
something that
it's-
we're ever
yeah,
gonna know.
yeah.
Right now, what we know is that
guess
he's
we'll
in
never
Pep's
know.
system. He's playing with Kevin De Bruyne, which is assisting. I don't know how many assists he has out of all his goals, but a big majority probably. He has a lot of plays where he's scoring a lot of these goals that are created in a Pep Guardiola system. That is, debatably not hard chances to
That's
score.
why he's not the greatest of all time for me either.
But
No, so
these-
what I'm trying to say is that I think that we need more. We need to see more from him. We need to see him in City. I'm getting feedback, by the way, but
No, it's just the mic. Yeah, it's not the mic.
oh,
It's
okay.
just coming out of there.
So I still think we need to see more from him. When I see Pep leave, when I see Kevin De Bruyne leave, then I could judge a Haaland in the Prem. I
Mhm.
can't judge him right now because he's in such a great system that I think that if anybody that Pep Guardiola brings into that position, they're gonna do a great time.
How
not
about this? Who
not
do you think
70
is
goals,
better
but-
then?
Huh?
Who do you think is better then?
Who do you think?
Like, who's better than him?
Who's the best striker in the Prem history? Like, who do you think? It could be. It's all subjective. So, just what's
That's
your opinion?
fair. That's
What's your
fair.
opinion,
that
though?
the
Do you have
the
one?
goal.
I think the argument. I think for
It's
me,
hard
is
for me to say because I
Thierry
don't know.
Henry, Harry Kane, and possibly
I'd,
Wayne
I'd
Rooney
say
argument.
Harry Kane
Aguero
is
could be
probably
in
one of the
there.
best.
I don't think Aguero
Aguero.
touches him. I don't think Aguero touches those players.
No, Aguero's nasty. Bro.
Aguero's nasty, but I don't think. I think if the argument is there, Aguero's fourth is what I'm saying. I don't think Aguero's in a top 3 conversation. Aguero's fucking phenomenal. Aguero, I don't think.
Okay,
I don't
the way
think
that
he-
you had said it, you made it sound
Sorry,
like
I rephrased.
Oh
I
my
rephrased.
God.
he saved himself.
I rephrased.
Saved himself.
Aguero doesn't touch those 3 players. Is what I'm saying.
Oh my.
Aguero's top 3 for you. Aguero's top 3 for you.
I don't know if I have him top 3. I need to think.
I
about
think
it.
I think before Haaland is top 1, I think Aguero's top 1. Oh no. I think Aguero's 2.
So who's 1?
Sure.
You think Aguero's better than Henry?
Yeah, as striker.
Crazy.
As a 9.
No.
As a 9.
way,
Yes.
bro.
So he
as
played.
a 9.
He
yes.
played majority of his games at striker. Henry when he was
Bro.
at Arsenal. That I can't agree with. I can't get by that one.
Harry Kane.
Yes.
I'd
Yeah.
put
Harry
I'd put Harry Kane as number
Yes.
1.
I
That's
think
my number
Harry
1.
Kane. As I said, I
I think
think
that's
Harry
more-
Kane, Wayne
Harry
Rooney, and
Kane is-
Henry are
Harry
the
Kane is
arguments
my
for
number
number 1.
Harry Kane is my number 1, bro. He's
If
he's
you
not
were to
only
look
a,
at it and go, yeah,
a
no,
finisher,
I
but
got
he's also a creator. That's something that Haaland is not.
Kane was
at
also.
all, at all. But
So
it's also
Kane was
it's not-
also on a
it's not
team
asking.
where
And
he
he
had
carried
to
a team that
create,
won
score, and pretty much carry a Spurs
But
team.
he also had decent players around him. He still had
He had decent-
Son.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is like when Aguero came into City, he was in a 2-striker system the whole
Dzeko
time
and
until
Aguero, right?
until Pep came. Yeah, whether it was Dzeko, whether it was like Negredo, Boni, fucking Jovetic, whoever the fuck striker they were signing.
Balotelli.
Balotelli. He was always in a 2-striker formation, and he was still bagging 20+ goals a season.
You just named
And-
a bunch of bums, bro.
But it was all the strikers he was playing with.
Dzeko's
What I'm trying to
Dzeko's
say is the
underrated.
system he was playing with.
Compared to
I'm
the
trying.
players we're
I'm
talking
trying to talk about the system he was playing with, though.
All right. How about we'll bring some stats into that? So Aguero has 275 games for City in the Premier League, and he has 184 goals. And that's not in a Pep system for most of his tenure at
Mhm.
City.
Yeah,
So let's
In a 2-striker system.
2-striker
Okay.
system exactly.
So Thierry Henry.
I
Had
think
how many?
Thierry. Here, I'll tell you right now. I want to say it's like
I
It's
want
really
to
goal to
see.
game
I want to see
ratios are
Kane
what
too.
matters here because
I'll
like
put-
a lot
I'll
of these
pull
players
all
had
that
different ones.
Yeah.
Harry Kane also.
I think
the
Harry
amount
Kane
of
is number
dropping
1.
back that he was
Yep.
doing.
The creating,
talk
the
about, like,
crosses, the
Talking
dribbling.
about like the style of
Alright.
play. He's playing a 2-striker. Harry Kane was playing Cam half of like.
Thierry Henry. I'm sorry, excuse me. He had 258 games, 175 goals, and 74 assists. Dude, that's
Playing on a
200
team
that's
with-
249 goal contributions and 258 games.
Playing on a team with.
Okay, wait. He had elite talent around.
That's what I'm
him.
saying. He's playing with
elite.
But to get
talent.
that many assists, he's still playing with Dennis Bergkamp. He's still playing with like
Perez.
He's still playing like bro. I mean the team
Overmars,
is
was that?
He was in the
team is
Invincibles,
cracked.
right? He was in
Yeah,
Invincibles.
like,
season,
the
yeah.
team is like crazy.
I'm just gonna start pulling up
And
everyone.
and I think
They
that's
never won
crazy.
any major tournament though. So
What do you mean? Oh, besides that?
European.
Yeah. He
Oh,
didn't- like, he didn't
European
win a
trophy.
championship.
Yeah. It's fair.
Yeah, are you only going goal to game ratio, or you're also going honors?
I
you
think
also taking
honors. I think
honors?
honors
I
is
think
important. But
that's
if
very
honors is important, then I think
Then
Haaland
If
sweeps.
honors is important, there's Rooney in the conversation.
No,
there's-
but that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
think the conversation for me, if I think it's Haaland, I think if it's not
But-
Haaland for me,
Well,
it's
I wouldn't
either
even consider Rooney an all-time striker. I would consider him a 10 who played like a shadow striker. I wouldn't consider Wayne Rooney a striker ever.
I mean, he did play Soul. Did he
He
play
wa-
a Soul Striker?
he
No, it was a
played up
4-4-2.
top.
No, it was a
He
4-4-2
played up
with
top.
Tevez.
He played up top, but like it was always behind a true striker.
I guess
No.
they had Tevez and then
Van Nistelrooy.
Van Nistelrooy.
he
might-
played alone for.
That's towards the end of his. That's when.
Yeah, but that's the second half of his career. He played alone.
Oh, sorry.
Second half is
Wrong page up.
with under who?
After Van Nistelrooy left.
bro, yeah, it's
That's it. That's all he had. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Yo, Harry Kane, 320 games, 213 goals, 46 assists. That's 30 less than Aguero. In more games. In a lot more games.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't.
Oh, wait,
I remember.
I was thinking Thierry Henry. Wait, let
Also
me see how
take
many
into
Aguero had.
take into account that he was dropping in so deep that the assist might have not been coming from him.
Yeah,
but the
it was
creation
coming
was
from the
him.
winger that he would
Yeah, like he wasn't like
switch it to. Yeah.
exactly. Like he's
yeah,
playing a ball.
I
through-
still want to put Harry Kane as
I'm
my
sorry,
number
yeah.
1. I'll put him over
I
Haaland
get,
right
but
now.
I think
Because imagine
my
Harry
point
Kane
isn't
in
saying
a,
this.
in a
Those
Pep
three,
Guardiola
I think, are
system,
respectable.
you know?
I think not respectable, not just respectable.
Aguero
There's an
had-
argument for all three of those.
Aguero had one more assist in almost 50 less games than Harry Kane. I think that's an even more insane stat that Harry Kane had 50 more games and one less assist than Aguero. That's kind of crazy to think about.
How many more
Yeah,
goals?
that is a lot.
Goals, only 20, 30 goals or so, give or take. So, and that's also with 50 more games played. So Aguero probably would have been on pace. Right now, the goal per match for Aguero is 0.67 goals per match, and then Kane exactly 0.67. So even on
same.
games to goals.
Aguero was such a lethal striker that he impacted games even when he didn't score or assist. His movement,
I agree.
his
Fully agree.
But
plays
so
in
did
space.
Harry Kane, though.
You can say the same, if
So
not
does
more
Harry
about
Kane.
Harry
But
Kane.
but what did Harry Kane win?
All right, so how about this?
You know what I
No,
mean? Like
but-
the
but-
honors,
but
the honors
Teams, the
lift that up.
coaches are
Of course
asked,
honors
but
are
as a striker, he was. That's what I'm trying to say.
To
Is
be
like
fair,
he,
he has
if he
If we're
plays in a
talking
better
about honors,
system,
then-
better team, better coach, he's doing a lot more than
But
that.
if we're gonna take in honors, and there are players who then Rooney has to be above him, then like these players have to be above him, like about to have to be above
Drogba.
everybody. I don't think Drogba.
Drogba's
comes close.
just the most brilliant big
I don't-
game player of all
Big
time.
game player,
I don't
finals
know if-
player.
I don't. Drogba doesn't crack top 5.
He doesn't.
Of a
He doesn't
final
crack.
of a finals player though, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
let's just say Premier League, he's not. As a Chelsea fan, it hurts to say that, but I think there's more to Drogba's game than just goals. I think he didn't need to score goals. When you have Frank Lampard around you, who's also taking majority of the penalties, Drogba didn't take many penalties in his day. I'm not saying he didn't, but he took only a few compared to Lampard, at least. Then you had Nicholas Anelka. You had why am I drawing a blank? This is ridiculous. You had Maluda. You had Kalu. You had just everyone was a weapon in that team. Everyone was just dynamic. Everyone was just scoring. You didn't need your striker to score goals. And also, I think Drogba actually has more assists than Harry Kane and Aguero. So I'll pull that up. I think he's at 54 assists. So in the same amount of games as
Xavier
Thierry
Cam.
Henry.
Get Xavier Cam.
Xavier Cam.
That's what I'm saying. I need it. I need it. So Drogba has 55 assists in 250
Oh, wow, he had
games.
So he had one more assist than Aguero.
He had 7 more assists than Aguero.
Oh, I thought it
No,
was
I'm sorry,
in the
8.
50s.
8. No. Aguero's at 47. Kane's at 46. Henry's the one that's at 74.
Yeah.
So I think
I don't know, all
Drogba's
this to
very
say that I feel like
underrated, but I
just-
won't put him top 5.
All this to say that I feel like I said, the conversation is between
Haaland, where is he?
Haaland.
Where do you
where
have?
he lies.
Where do you have
I think Haaland is 1 for me.
1 for you?
I think Haaland is like
So what's your 3? Let's
so
just go top
insanely.
3.
I would say my top 3 would be Haaland, Thierry Henry, and then I'd say Harry Kane.
Okay. What do you have, Tiago?
Are we going off of right now or like in the future? Because
No.
as of right now, I wouldn't put him
Willian
up there because
Estevao.
there's still like
Bro, it's the other way around.
Estevao win.
there's still a lack of games and a lack of seasons. You know what I mean? Like as good as he is
Yeah.
doing, you can't put him up there.
But do you
just
think
yet.
he's gonna?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I don't
That's the
think I don't
fact
think he
that-
falls
yeah.
off. I don't think he
so
falls
either.
off, and he makes
No.
it there. But you can't. I don't think you could put him up there.
I want
yet.
to know what happens
Yeah.
when Pep leaves. I think he.
Oh,
I think
and
he's even-
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, but I don't honestly. I don't think De Bruyne is as big as a factor for him scoring goals.
Bro,
as
he
just,
puts
he does. Put,
dimes
no.
for
I'm
him,
not
bro.
saying that it's not.
dimes.
Pro
bro.
clothes.
Fucking love that sound. I still think that the way that City plays, even when De Bruyne wasn't playing, he scored. De Bruyne was injured 2 seasons ago when Haaland broke the record. De Bruyne was out half the year. Was he not?
No, he was out half the year last season.
Was it last
That
season?
was last season, yeah.
It was last season.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought they
It was
had.
fault.
De
it was
Bruyne was out
faulted
for a good
January.
And then when he
amount of
came
games.
back, he like assisted like a
Yeah,
shitload of goals. for him.
but De Bruyne was still out for a good amount the season prior.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But
get
it wasn't.
that, I'm
But
gonna
it
get
wasn't.
that
As
out.
I don't
much
think
as
he
it-
was,
It
bro.
wasn't
It might
as
have
much
been
as
as
2 seasons ago.
I don't
2
think he
seasons
was.
ago.
He wasn't out that much that season.
You know what? They're not wrong. 32 games played in the league in 22-23. That's the year that he started.
Yeah, last season was when he
Yeah,
missed
there
fall
you go.
through
How many did he
fall through
start?
January.
He had 19 assists.
He had 18 assists that season. He also
Okay.
had 2,425 minutes.
I just can't believe you guys aren't.
I know he didn't play a lot towards
rating
the end
Shearer
because
that-
of
like that.
the Champions League.
Yeah.
But he was.
Well,
Shearer's like
It's a different era.
it's like talk.
But
Obviously
No,
not,
it's
not
still the same
same
era. It's Premier League era.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
Premier League era.
but it's
90s though versus modern
Yeah,
day.
we're
is-
talking,
is
like,
what
Well,
we're
and
at.
But if
then
you're counting
that's-
Henry, you have to
yeah.
count Shearer.
And then that's like saying like
But
you
even
can't
Shearer
put
was before
Pele and
Henry.
Maradona
Shearer
in a
was
conversation.
before
Then
Henry.
like
But
you
if
have
you-
to.
I think the
Distance-
shift in
distance
football was
before
different. The shift in football was different about the 2000s point. I feel like there was a major shift in
like
how
Shearer was 80s going into the 90s,
I think he was.
and then
yeah.
But
maybe
with the amount of goals
Thierry
he
Henry was late 90s
bagging,
going into
bro,
2000s.
yeah.
With the amount of goals he was bagging, bro.
I hear you. I think you're right.
Andy Cole, stuff like that. Andy Cole's class, by the way. People, I'm sorry, I wasn't even speaking to the mic.
Shearer's
Andy
Foods.
Cole was that guy though. So it was Shearer, yeah, I typed the wrong.
We need an Xavier camera. But
I'm looking at
Shearer's
Shearer,
Foods.
Shearer Foods.
LLC.
Shearer Foods LLC. By me, near me.
Snack food.
I don't know. I mean, to finish my point, I just think that to come into the league, first season in the league, to break the record off rip,
Yeah.
and not just any record. He broke like because it was Salah's record was 33,
Mhm.
and then Shearer's record was 32. No, I think it was
31?
higher. It was higher than that.
Was it?
Salah's was 33. I think
Salah
his was
broke the
30.
record.
But Salah. I think Shearer had I don't know if it was Shearer. He had like the all-time record, and then Salah had the Premier League record. I think that's what it was, like Premier League era record.
Maybe. Let me see. No, it says all right. So right now it's saying Haaland has 35, Andy Cole was 34, Alan Shearer was 34, Salah was 32.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
right,
So
right.
he broke. That's what it was. I think
Yeah.
the other two were before the Premier League.
Actually, no, because Shearer did it 94, 95. The Premier League started 92, 93. So Andy Cole and Shearer both had 34.
So I guess he just tied up his. I think they
Yeah.
still consider.
I know. I remember hearing.
Is
what
it
you're-
because Andy Cole did it first? It was technically.
maybe?
I don't know.
Whatever. That's fine.
My point is saying that he broke both those records in the first season.
So Alan Shearer.
Last season he was out for 2 months. Was it?
yeah, well, it was maybe
He was out for 2 months and scored 27 goals.
27. Yeah.
Like that's a solid 6 goals that he would have scored again in 2 months. He literally did it. He did 7 in the first 3 games. Like, I don't know. The way I view it is like there's a level of consistency that he showed over the past 2 years. Obviously, it has a lot to do with their team, but a lot of the players we're talking about had great teams. There's not situations.
So he missed 2 months, but he still had 31 appearances. So he missed 7 games. So I guess that is 2 months worth.
He
Yeah.
scored 7 and 3.
I know this
Like-
season. Yeah, I'm talking about last
yeah,
season.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm
insane.
saying. It's like, and De Bruyne was out for half the season.
Yeah,
he's still doing his thing. Like I feel like
I think we still need to see more.
he's so
I can't-
he's
I
so
can't-
lethal.
I can't.
Yeah,
make the
no,
top
I
three.
agree.
But there's
I
like
agree.
and this also comes down to like the way you define striker versus player. I don't think he's top player in the league. I don't think he's anywhere close. And I think
Mhm.
Thierry Henry.
Yeah, we're saying top striker.
Thierry Henry is on the top of that list for me.
For what, best player in the league?
Just best player in the Prem.
That's why for me it's kind of hard not to put him as one for my list. I'm putting Henry first. I'll put. I honestly want to put Aguero second, and I will put Kane third. Haaland's not there yet for me either. He's won 2 Premier Leagues and a Champions League. We're talking about Prem, so forget the Champions League. He's on path to be the greatest striker the Premier League has ever seen.
He's on path to be arguably the greatest striker
Of
we've
all
ever
time.
seen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And right now he's averaging 1.01 goals per match. Obviously better than everybody else. He has 13 assists to his name in 69 games. That's pretty decent. So he's already at 83 goal contributions in 69 games.
How many clean sheets?
Bro, I got you. Actually, it doesn't
But
show.
yeah, like all you take into account, like at least for me, it's weird, man. It's like the consistency that he shows.
Mhm.
It's like every game he is getting 3, 4, 5 chances, and like 2 of them are going in on a regular. It's like we know players that are gonna get consistent chances all the time. He is putting one away, minimum a game, and that's something we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And
Besides like Ronaldo and Messi, of
Yeah,
course. but,
exactly. And it's
in
like-
the Premier League,
it's
unheard
never
of.
been
It's
seen.
unheard of.
It's never been seen.
Although he does have a tendency to get neutralized in really big games.
He does, and especially in finals, cup matches, cup
Yeah,
finals.
he does have a tendency of that.
when he
which-
plays Chelsea.
But I mean, like when we say cup finals, I mean big. That's not the Premier League.
No, even in Premier League,
I think a couple.
he
I-
disappeared
how many
against
goals-
Arsenal.
But you don't have cup finals in
I
Premier
don't
last
see him
years.
scoring against Liverpool that often.
You
now that I
don't. You
think
don't have
about
cup finals. In
Am I
Premier League,
am I
so.
crazy? Dude, I can actually probably check that.
I can't recall him scoring against Liverpool.
I don't know if he has.
I think he scored against every team.
He has scored
against,
he
yeah,
scored
but I'm
against
saying
every
at like
team.
a high, like at
Oh,
the
like
level
a
of
high
1 goal per
percentage?
game.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think the biggest team he has success against is Manchester United, which at this point is like not even that much of a
Yeah, but
success story.
Salah's like
Like, it's
Salah's
like
in the
a-
top
oh.
5
Like, all right,
goal
man, it's
scorers.
United.
You know, Salah's in the top 5 goal scorers at Old Trafford in the past 3 seasons or something.
Yeah, with
Insane.
10 goals.
Insane.
It's 11 now. He's 11 goals, and I think McTominay has 13.
All right, in 3.
McTominay.
Really?
Yes.
Good for him.
But at Old Trafford, he plays there
Oh, yeah,
every
true,
other
true,
week.
true, okay,
Salah
true,
plays
true.
there once a year.
All right. By the way, so that is crazy.
That's
no, I was
actually
like,
wild.
Well, maybe
when you
twice,
deep
but
it, but
like-
still, no,
Oh,
that's
yeah, he
crazy.
plays there
That's
once a year, and he
crazy,
has
dude.
2 less goals than McTominay over the past like 3 seasons.
Haaland
That's
has 3 games played for against Liverpool, 1 goal, and that's only counting the Premier League. So that's not counting Community Shield. He didn't score in the final. EFL Cup, he had a goal, but I'm counting Premier League only
Yeah,
right
just
now.
Premier League is 1 and 3.
So 1 goal and 3, and no
but this
assists.
is against
And
The
no
one
best
of the
team.
best
Yeah.
goalkeepers we've
Yeah,
seen
exactly.
in the Prem.
So I think
And he's
they're.
going up against Van
Tiago
Dijk.
did
And
have a
Van Dijk,
point.
one of the best center backs we've seen in the Prem.
Mhm.
You don't have him top 3. You said right.
Right now, no.
Yeah, I don't either.
But
Who do you have?
I don't doubt that he will be there. I
Yeah,
don't
I
doubt
just-
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
I,
just
think
think-
everyone
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
doubt that.
I
but
just think
you already
the
putting
efficient-
him there.
Yeah, I just because
I'll
I
put
guess
him
a
there.
big
I'll
thing
put
for
him in
me is if he was to leave the league right now, he has to be in that. He's the only player in history to like have a positive goal scoring record in on goals to game ratio.
I think
in the league.
R9 has that at one of those. La
No,
Liga
in the
teams.
league. In the league.
Oh, in the league?
in the
In the
Prem.
Premier League. Oh, in Premier League,
That's what I'm saying. In the Prem, he's the only striker to have,
especially with that many games played,
with
100%.
70 goals to win a
100%.
treble. Like
treble and another Premier League.
he won 4 Premier. Well, he didn't win
He's at
4
two.
Premier League.
He's
He's
at
at 2, but he's a part of a team that like, I don't know. I
So
think
so
there's
now
just
what
a-
if City get charged with they're found guilty with the charges?
They're not gonna
Do
do
you
I don't think
still
there's
put
a- I
that
don't
in the
think it has-
argument?
You know what I will say? I don't think that has absolutely anything to do with the players. The players' performances.
Yeah,
don't
it's
matter.
not. It's not the
But
player's
it's
fault that
but
that
it's
happened.
also the team that he's playing with now.
But that's the sporting director's fault. That's the.
That has
It's the
nothing to do with-
coach that he's playing under. That's all.
It is
I
the
don't-
sporting
I don't think
director's
there's
fault, but
anyone
they
at
can
fault.
discredit titles.
They
No, you can't discredit titles, but
yeah.
you can't discredit goals.
Yeah,
Like, you're not
that's
gonna
true.
go there.
That's a
This
good
goal
point.
didn't
That's
count.
a good
Like
point.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is that he wouldn't be in that system or in that team if it wasn't for whatever it is that they're
yeah, but we've
getting
seen him in
accused
other
of.
systems and it worked. I
But we're
think,
talking about
I
the
think
Prem.
if I'm 100% honest with you, I think he could have gone to Manchester United and probably scored the same.
Yeah, I
amount
was gonna bring this up.
of goals. I think he could have gone to Chelsea, scored the same amount of goals. I think
The
Haaland's-
same amount? I don't think
Yes,
so.
I think you have to look at like the level
think so.
of like efficiency that he's scoring at. It's insane.
I agree, but I don't think he does the same, bro. Pep, like that system in City with Pep. I think it's Pep that's bringing him to that.
Of course, I think Pep,
So it's
Pep,
not. Yeah, he could go to Chelsea and still
Alright.
score 20 plus. I think that he could do that, but he's not
take his
scoring the
conversion rate
record.
and
He's not scoring the
No, what I'm
record
saying is
amount in the
take his
first
conversion
season.
rate and apply it to the amount of chances that Nicholas Jackson got last season. Because I promise you, he's scoring crazy, like probably this. just
Bro,
as many
but
goals.
that's a lot of. That's a
I'm-
big
I'm
what
with-
if though.
I'm with on.
But it's a
I'm with on.
statistic. My point in saying this is you have to take into account. Like,
Wait.
No.
All right, let me put something out here because Dortmund played a completely different style than Pep did ever.
that only amplifies this.
No,
I agree
I
with
know.
what you're saying.
and I brought this up when I first started this conversation though that he did do it a lot.
It's
I
not
know.
even that, bro. Dortmund played a counter-attacking system in the Bundesliga.
I know.
Like whenever I get, especially
I mean,
against
he's
big
fast
teams.
as fuck,
Yeah,
so,
but that's why I'm impressed by Haaland because
yeah.
although he doesn't get active in Pep Guardiola's systems, he always finds a way to score because of the service. Yes. But now in a counter-attacking team, when you're kind of the sole outlet, it's kind of very hard to get these kind of chances unless you're producing it on your own. The way Bundesliga works is very transitional play, so it kind of benefits his style of play where he can just run into space and receive a ball and then do the rest himself, which is bully someone off or getting a good finish off. He has 89 games in the Bundesliga, 86 goals and 23 assists. That's insane. for
But I don't think he
who
replicates
was he
anything.
getting-
But it's
he's
the
done with City
Bundesliga,
if he
bro.
goes to United or Chelsea.
That's the
I don't-
Bundesliga,
I
bro.
don't agree
I think.
with that.
Look
I
at
think
Timo
United-
Werner.
Wait,
I
wait, let
absolutely
me say
do not
something.
But he was
agree with
doing
that.
it in the Champions League. He was
He-
doing.
he was.
He brought Salzburg
He
to
did.
the
Also,
Champions League.
Yeah.
Champions League is a little slower pace where there's not much transition, so it's kind of like how City already
And you've
play.
got midweek legs.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a completely
Yeah.
different competition.
I want to say this: the United statement I think is incorrect because there was a stat saying that Haaland had the least amount of crosses into the box and passes played into him in the final third, where compared to all the other
Yeah,
top
I
six
remember
teams, Haaland got 0 service with Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho, and did they have another winger? Oh, didn't. Those 3 players didn't provide Haaland with any service, and I don't think Haaland would have succeeded like that.
Okay.
With Bruno Fernandes, he would have got some service. Bruno Fernandes, world class. I don't care. He gets so much hate.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's world class, and he would have provided some assists. I honestly don't think
But
Haaland
how
scores.
much-
I don't think Haaland scores 20 to 23 goals in that United team last year.
But
Not
how
even
much-
close. I'm gonna
but-
say less
No.
than 20.
No.
Less than 20.
No,
No.
I think he scores over 20. But
No.
my point in saying this is
No. In the Premier League?
Yes.
No. No, I'm sorry, but no striker scores 20 goals in that United team
Absolutely
last
not.
year. No
Not even
striker.
Haaland
What was
will. I
Lukaku's
You
really-
can't even
highest-
put
what was
Prime.
Lukaku's
You can't
highest?
put Prime R9 in that team and he scores 20 goals.
Okay,
You
that's
can't.
crazy.
No, it's not crazy.
Bro, if you don't get the
Dude,
ball, you can't
United
do anything with
fucking
it.
sucked.
Haaland's positioning wasn't great. Amazing.
Wait, how many goals did Ronaldo
Whoa.
have that season?
I think
He has-
Haaland's very underrated.
Didn't
with
he
his
have 20
movement.
plus?
No.
R9 where?
No, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, we're talking about R9. He's talking about R9.
No, I know, but how many did Cristiano Ronaldo
scored-
have
I
the
think-
season that he left?
But that was like 3 years ago. That's a
Yeah.
different team.
Oh,
God bless you, Mike.
So you're specifically talking about
And-
just
and
last
that- and
year.
that-
Eric Ten- okay.
Wait, did he have? No, it was 20, but not in the Premier League.
Uh,
It wasn't 20
maybe
Premier
it was
League
18.
goals.
No, he had.
I think he had 18 Premier League.
Let me check.
Oh, okay. Because I know he had a good.
And how many
really-
pens?
Yeah, it was a decent season.
It was a lot of
And
pens.
how many
It
pens?
was a lot of pens.
I don't know. I just
Uh,
I
I don't
Well,
think
how
he
many
reached
pens has
20.
Haaland
look
scored?
at Haaland's ability to like at any
That
from
also
anywhere in the
is
box.
true, but
He's finishing from
I-
anywhere at any point. Some of the crosses that that Haaland is getting to the end of
You gotta get the
don't
ball
make
there.
sense.
You have to get the
No,
ball.
They
I
don't
agree.
make
Yeah.
sense.
I
All right,
agree.
let me put this in there. Ronaldo had 18 goals in 30 appearances and only 3 penalties scored that season in the league.
That's really good.
I'm shocked actually. So he had 15
So
non-penalty
and
What
goals.
are the
14
differences to this team, Anthony?
21-22. That's a prime Rashford. That's Rashford when he was good.
Mhm.
That's also
A fresher Bruno.
a fresher Bruno. And that
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa, whoa.
Mason
Bruno
Greenwood?
Is, a
That's
fresher
what they
Bruno
had.
is
Mason
still
Greenwood, yeah,
Bruno
Mason
now
That's
is
what
still
they had a
world-class.
pre.
Bruno back then. Bruno had
more legs back then.
Bruno had the most
Bruno had
goal
more legs
contributions
than
outside the top 5 league coming into that Man United team, and the next highest was Ziyech, and I think Bruno was only like 30 or 40 goals.
No, what I'm saying is Bruno is still just as amazing.
No, he's better. He was better back then than
But,
he
but
is now.
statistically, it has a lot to do with the fact that Ronaldo's at the end of the balls. Like, if we're talking about goal contributions, like
True,
Ronaldo
but I
being
also,
on the.
that's why I'm saying I think Haaland didn't get that many chances from his wingers, but Bruno Fernandes now is not the same Bruno from a few years ago. Bruno still produces. This is his worst season.
I also
last
don't
year.
think you can compare Haaland numbers to CR7 numbers because CR7 is a completely different striker profile who could actually create for himself as well.
especially back
not
then.
in that United team.
In 21-22, he still was.
He was creating for himself.
Ooh,
He was creating for himself.
Brother,
Oh,
watch
you-
the games. Watch the
Oh,
games.
Ronaldo was
bro.
creating for himself.
Open Twitter.
Pull up
Just
the
open
season.
Twitter. Open Twitter.
Oh
get
my
on
God.
get on Premier League
United
Twitter
was
and you will
creating
see
for himself.
Bro.
At United, he was creating
more
for
than
himself.
Haaland. More than Haaland.
more
does.
than Haaland
More than
would.
Haaland does.
More than
Easily.
Haaland would.
Easily more than Haaland does.
Neither one of them are creating for themselves.
No.
Yeah, but like
CR7 easily had more crosses to him in the air and to feet, more touches in the box, and more key passes and more assists than Haaland. Easily.
He had more key passes and more
Easily.
assists. How many assists did he have?
3.
How
3
many-
in a season.
Who are we talking about? Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 assists. He had
So Haaland has how much? Haaland
Okay.
had, you said, what, 14?
no, that's all time.
Yeah, he's been in the
That's
league for
all
2 seasons, now 3.
But that's all
which means
comps.
that even
That's
then,
all comps.
if you divide
No,
it evenly,
Prem
is
only.
7
Premier League?
each
Bro.
season. 7 each season.
Brother.
He had literally
Watch
double
a clip. Just
double
watch
the-
a clip.
He had 3
Holy
assists in
shit.
2 seasons.
Just watch a
3
clip.
assists in
Bro,
2 seasons.
I literally,
He has
the
14.
first thing I do in the morning is log on Twitter and I see, bro, Ronaldo at United was underrated. And it's just clips of him creating chances. You don't see Haaland creating shit. It's just touch shoot.
And if not, it's just like a layoff.
Bro,
It's not like
nah,
not,
you
Haaland's
can't
not
you
playing.
can't compare the two striker profiles.
Ronaldo-
You can't compare the two striker. Bro, you know who you can compare United like bro, that's like Cavani at United. Haaland at City's like
What?
Cavani at United.
Haaland's like Cavani?
Bro,
Yeah.
in a
Cavani
striker,
was
in
the
a
mo-
striker
Cavani
profile,
Cavani is literally just
in
a better
striker-
Mikel Antonio.
in a striker profile, no.
He's the highest
Bro, we're
pressing
talking about
player on the
poachers.
field.
We're talking about poachers though.
Bro, how many
Cavani-
inches
Cavani-
of
I don't
Antonio
feel
can
like
you fit?
Not Cavani at United.
How
I don't
many
think Cavani at
inches of
United was a
Antonio
poacher.
can you
Yes,
fit?
he was.
I don't think to
Jesus,
the
bro.
level that
No.
you have to
They're
look at what
two
Cavani
different
was doing.
striker
Cavani
profiles.
was pressing at every chance he got. Half of
You're
the
just
time,
thinking that one clip where Ronaldo gave up on it and Cavani kept going.
but that's
what you're thinking of
specifically.
right
But
now.
Cavani, that was Cavani's profile.
clip.
But that was Cavani's
Pull
profile.
up the
But that's
clip.
Cavani's profile.
No, man.
On the United, he was
No.
consistently the hardest working
Bro,
player on the
no.
field. Consistently.
He was a horse, but like
And a lot of the chances that were coming from that were because Cavani was getting the ball back in like advanced areas.
okay. So let me just put this out there. So Haaland's not supposed to be crossing the ball, right?
At all.
Definitely not. But Ronaldo also isn't supposed to be crossing the ball, and they are about the same, honestly. 17 and 15.
Same amount of crosses.
17 and 15. Wait, I'm sorry. That's all time. So Haaland has 17 crosses in 2 seasons, while Ronaldo in that one season had 15. So creation-wise, he's producing in that aspect. Oh, another aspect would be passes. I think that's a good way to interpret. Oh my fucking God. Haaland has 891 passes in 2 seasons. Ronaldo has 879 in 1 season. So creatively, passes doesn't measure creativity.
And,
I don't think
and
it- I
check
don't think it does much.
touches in boxes too.
Yeah, that's a harder
touching opponent's
stat to
area.
find right now.
Bro, Ronaldo will definitely fucking clear Haaland.
I don't feel like these things are the definition
of a striker
creation.
profile, dude.
Of creation.
Of creation.
I think crosses isn't a great measurement and passes isn't a great
Especially
measurement.
not
but
for central
if you're
players.
passing, but if you're passing, it means that it doesn't even have to be forward passes. Just passing in general, there's a likelihood that you are creating because you're passing. Haaland doesn't pass at
The
all.
ball is
so
going
he's
through
not
you a lot more.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say Ronaldo's not creating. I just think that the level of creation that we're thinking of, like prime Ronaldo, like 2015s, 14s, 13s, 17s, whatever, that was a creating Ronaldo. Ronaldo at United, even that year, I think he
So-
created a lot more than Haaland creates now. I think
I
I think
genuinely-
Haaland just gets into better positions to pass the ball across the goal and give someone else a free goal.
Saying Haaland does?
Or
I think
just touch
Haaland does.
shoot.
Or just touch shoot, stuff like that.
No,
But
I think what I'm saying is I feel like
I think Ronaldo
a lot of Ronaldo's goals came from like his goals weren't created
they're
by
definitely
him.
poacher goals. Like
They're almost all poacher goals.
But-
Whether you feel like
but-
like overall as a player,
There was
what I'm saying
also
is
many
as a
assists that he
striker
missed out
and
on.
the goals that he was scoring, the 18 goals that he scored, I'll put money on the fact that 75% of those goals are poacher goals.
I just have to look at the jersey you're wearing, and I'm like, okay, this conversation is not going to go anywhere because, dude, No, you can't compare. That's Manel for the Nuns. That's Manel for the Nuns.
Jersey behind us.
That's Manel for the Nuns, bro. You can't compare the two striker profiles. You cannot.
I think you're misunderstanding. I think I didn't compare the striker profiles. What I compared was the type of goals that they're scoring, and what Ronaldo's scoring is and
check goals outside the box. Just check goals outside the box then.
That I could probably find.
You probably
bro,
can find
how many goals of how many does he have over the 3 seasons so far in City? 80 something, 83.
Who does? I'm sorry.
Haaland.
He has 70 goals in 69
He has 70
games.
goals in 69 games. You want to see how many?
How many of those are outside the box? I'd love to see.
I'll get that.
Not
Like
many of
2.
them. We were talking a possession-based team that doesn't take shots outside the box.
Well, City takes shots outside the box.
They do take a good portion of that.
A great amount of shots outside the box.
Compared to the amount of shots they take total.
Yeah.
You're telling.
You do realize every fucking weekend City have to face a low block from whatever team they're playing. Yeah, they take shots outside the box.
So it's, if I'm honest with you, compared to the amount of shots they're taking, if that's like if you look at it, they're not taking a lot of shots because usually if their shots like they're waiting for the right opportunity to shoot, like in a possession based team where they're moving the ball, like all right, wait for the opening, and then half the time they're looking for a shot inside the box. If they take the shot outside the box, I feel like it's out of
wasted
like
possession.
Foden finds a cut in and just like all right, cool.
It's a Rodri.
Yeah, it's like or like lays it off to Rodri. It's like
Rodri's, yeah.
Sorry, you're gonna have to give me a second, so you guys can just.
Bro, you can't compare.
You can't believe what you're hearing every week.
No, I can't.
Every week.
I can't,
I can't
bro.
believe what I'm hearing. I
Bro.
need to put my glasses on. Like
No, I literally, bro. You're trying to compare like Haaland in United to any other striker. Haaland, if he's not at City, he's not producing to the level that he is, and it won't even be close.
About literally
And it
like
won't even
the
be
most
close.
dangerous poacher the league probably.
All right, you put
possibly has ever seen.
Bastos in a fucking Premier League team. Is he still scoring 38 goals in a
If
season?
you put him in a Man City team,
Bastos? Yeah, he's doing the same output as Haaland right now.
That's
That's
crazy.
No, it's not.
Prime
That's really
back-
not crazy
he
to
had-
say.
how many goals?
That's
one
not crazy to
season.
say.
One season.
2
One
seasons.
season.
It's really not crazy to say though.
It is crazy to say.
Bro, he had 48 goals in the
Bastos did-
calendar year for Sporting, and
For Sporting.
for Sporting, yeah,
Yeah, but
and
it was
42 of them were one touch.
42 of them were one touch, which is insane. So
For
he would but he would
Sporting!
excel in Pep's system because that's how they play. They
Yes,
they
he
want
did-
the striker
he
to get
didn't
one touch
do
goals.
it in the Prem. He
Okay,
did
I know,
it
but
for
we're talking about
Sporting.
profiles. Like that's what he's trying to get at. I think I also agree Bastos would have been just fine in that Pep Guardiola system. I also can agree with
way.
But
that.
I don't think he does what Haaland
I don't think
has
I don't
done.
think he's getting 35.
I don't think he does
Understand
what
the
Haaland's
amount of
done.
times
But I'm
that
thinking, like,
Haaland is running through
Yeah.
on
He'd be
goal,
successful,
the amount
though.
of runs he's making,
True.
how fast
But
Haaland
not all
is,
goals
the way
that he
Haaland
scores
is
is like
jumping. I'm
that.
not saying Bastos can't get on a header. He's fucking tall as shit. But Haaland is flying over players.
Yeah, he
Flying.
runs through everybody.
He's
Yeah,
getting.
that's true.
He's literally. His leg was at the wherever the fuck the top crossbar
that
was.
Dortmund goal.
Like that Dortmund goal. Even the one for Haaland, for City, where he leaned back and just tapped it in. But like
The
Bastos
point
isn't
I'm
doing
trying
that.
to make is the output wouldn't be the same in any other team. The
I
output
think it
just
would.
no.
I think it would because I think
There's-
that
I
one.
just don't think
I think
United.
I
I think
also
like
think
at Chelsea he would succeed.
I also
But
I also
even
take
not
into account.
even not to the level that he is at City.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to
he
say,
would
too.
produce
Yeah, that's what I'm
20
trying
goal
to say.
seasons on a
Exactly.
regular.
I think
Also,
on
so
Chelsea,
he's
Chelsea,
not
I think
breaking the
he's
record
getting
his first
25 plus
season.
at Chelsea.
But
easily.
not
Easily,
but he's
though.
not breaking any records. at
He's not
Chelsea.
breaking the
He's not
Premier
breaking-
League record in his
Take-
first season in any
Take
other
into
team.
account
I can
also
hear
he
that.
broke
I
the
can hear
Premier
that.
League like record when Pep decided to change his style of ball to
Just for him.
highlight Haaland,
Just for him.
which is
That's
what
true.
every other team in the league would do when you sign that player. So when
But not any
I don't
other
know.
club has Pep managing them, and they don't
Yeah,
have the same talent as
exactly.
City.
I'm sorry, that's even more because
No,
if
it's
anyone's not gonna
No.
change their play style when they sign a player, it's Pep. Whereas if Ten Hag signs Haaland, yeah, start fucking crossing balls because we need him to score. If Chelsea
Well,
sign
Pep-
Haaland, they're
Pep
gonna
changing his play style wasn't really that big of a deal because before he didn't even have a striker.
exactly.
The,
So he signed a
went-
striker
no,
and
no,
then
no.
said, "You know what?
He
We're
was
playing
he was
every ball to
managing a
him."
team without a striker, and he signed a striker. Of course, he's gonna change the play style because he didn't have a fucking striker to play beforehand.
No, he chose not to play Jesus, who
He
wasn't
ne-
a good
He
striker.
never had Jesus available. He was,
That's
bro,
my
okay,
point.
you watched maybe like what 2 Champions League games that he was available and didn't start him. At that point, he was used to playing without him. He was never
Can
fucking
you look up
available.
How many games he did? How many games he was available that he couldn't play?
I'm sorry.
Bro.
For who? Are we talking about?
You're making him tight, bro. Just look at Arsenal right now. Jesus is never available for Arsenal.
How about I just do Jesus all games played for Arsenal and then how many seasons he does, and I'll just do the math there. How about that?
No,
Jesus
we're
all games
talking about for City.
for City. Okay, I can do that too.
Yeah, just look up how many games he
Unless
missed that he
Pep
was
was
available.
fucking
For.
starting Liam Delap every game, like he didn't have a striker to play.
But even then, even if he didn't have a striker to play, he signed a striker and then completely changed his style of play.
Because he didn't have a striker before.
He didn't have a striker for 3 seasons. He had been playing similar to that for 3 seasons. Even when Aguero was there, he was playing at a different style. Like, why are we acting like Pep didn't completely change his system 2 seasons ago? And went, you know what? Get every fucking ball to Haaland. And at first, it was, all right, it's working for Haaland, but is this going to be, like, self-sufficient for City?
For City, Jesus missed 37 games for Manchester City. So that's games that he just was not on the bench at all to even come in. So 37
He was there for 4 seasons?
and he was there from 2021 from 18. So 3 seasons. No, 17 counts. So 4 seasons.
4 seasons.
So he missed a full season.
So
worth
he missed
of
a full
games,
season,
and
which means
that's
he was there for 3 seasons. He
3
was there for
seasons
3
worth
seasons worth of games.
But he could have got
But
subbed
but
on.
no, he was never available. What?
That's a lot.
They didn't-
That's a lot of games.
It's a
missed.
lot. But
Dude, that's a lot.
they never What I'm saying is that
That's
the striker
1/4
was
of the
available.
games missed.
And
That's
that-
what I'm saying.
a lot.
Why are we acting like he didn't completely
lot of
change?
And
games.
you're not counting rehabilitation of coming back from like
That's
The
not
player
being
on the
available.
bench
player
available.
was
like, I'm on
available
the
for
bench.
You should be on the-
3/4 of the season.
But you
And
could be on the bench
how much
and
did
not
he play?
ready to play though.
And how much did
I'm
he
gonna
play?
find how many games played he has on top of that. So this counts as anything. Here. Definitely not that one though. I
You
put
would,
Jesus.
Jesus
Like,
Wikipedia. Jesus Wikipedia.
All right, so how about this? So if he played, how about this? He's played 4 seasons at Man City, so that equates to about, let's say, 130 games, give or take.
Roughly,
Maybe it's probably
yeah.
140. So
Yeah.
he's missed 37 of those. Okay, so
so
how
it's
many games played?
110.
So 101, 110 left over. How
110.
many do you think he's played for City?
I don't know.
I think he has like 80 appearances.
Okay, my numbers are wrong right now.
Why? What does it say?
It says okay, so he played from 2017 to 2022 actually.
So it's 5 seasons.
So 5 seasons worth. But
So he-
2022 could have been only considered. When did he leave for Arsenal? Was
He-
that
he left in the
January?
summer. No, he left in the summer.
It was a summer transfer.
Yeah.
Okay, so he left 22.
So,
Okay.
So it was 5 seasons,
5 seasons,
And he
has-
missed
This probably counts
30
for-
something games. So it's
It says he has
It's a fifth of
159.
everything.
He says he has 159 appearances. So I think that might be counting
all
like all
comps.
comps. So
That's
that,
all
here,
comps.
I'll check
Okay,
Premier
yeah,
League
yeah.
only. Sorry about that, bro.
Google Master over here.
Bro, I had numbers ready.
I feel like
for
we're
something.
straying away from the conversation though.
Yeah.
How, I,
I
the
put
point of
Haaland
the
my
conversation.
top-
What I'm
the top
point
three,
of what
though.
I'm saying is
will
I
put him
think
there.
Haaland changed the way Pep's system functioned, and
no,
I
Pep,
think he
Pep
would-
change the way this team functioned for Haaland.
that's what I said. Bro.
No, that's not what
I
you
literally
said. You
said
said Haaland
Haaland-
changed it. You said Haaland changed it.
Oh my bad. Haaland didn't go and say Pep change it.
Well, that's the
no,
way you worded it,
Haaland's
bro.
presence
Bro, I'm
changed
ju-
City's
I'm
function.
just correcting
okay,
you.
well stop. Like literally.
Bro, I'm just correcting you. You
well,
said it
then
wrong.
stop doing that. Literally, what I'm saying is that change.
You didn't tell me to stop correcting you. You said it
Oh my
wrong,
God,
bro. Yeah, turn off my mic. That's all you could do. You know you're wrong.
That wasn't even yours. That was
You know you're wrong, bro.
Okay, so Haaland literally
Did this fucker
changing.
actually turn off my mic?
Yes, I did. No, keep it down. Keep
No,
it down.
no,
Let me
fuck
finish my
you.
sentence.
Fuck
Let me
you.
finish
Go
my
ahead.
sentence.
Finish your sentence. Go ahead. Go
Keep it
ahead.
down until I finish my sentence.
Go ahead. Finish your sentence.
So that changing would happen. That change would happen in every team in the league when he comes in. Chelsea, United, Tottenham, any team is changing their style of play when Haaland comes in, which means more chances are created naturally. Everything happens naturally as it would.
But
As it did
nobody
for-
could do it the way that Pep does it.
No, and
That's the
course
point.
not.
Nobody could do
No one is
what Pep
Pep.
does.
there's
so
no
he's
way.
not going to perform to that level
But
in
who
any
was he
other
playing
team.
under at Dortmund? It wasn't Pep. But
Bro,
It's the Bundesliga.
Chances aren't
What I'm
naturally
saying is it's a
created because a
different style
striker's
of play.
brought
He
in.
was still getting
That makes
goals.
no sense. Chances aren't naturally created because a striker's brought in.
Yeah, Man
That
City
makes
Man City
zero
definitely
sense.
had the most
But
chances
City
created
were-
last
City
season.
were already
styles,
created chances.
Play styles are changed when strikers come in, which lead to more chances created. What do you mean?
Bro, and honestly,
How
you
many
keep
more
you
chances
keep
did
you
Chelsea
keep
create
saying
because
that
of Cole
Pep
Palmer?
changed his whole play style for Haaland, bro. Ever since Pep came to City, everything was work the ball into the box, play it across. It's still the same system.
It is.
It's
Especially
still the
But
same
when
system.
Haaland came in, it was so much more direct.
I will say this way.
It was a
let
lot
me
more
put a
direct
point in.
towards Haaland.
The way that Pep Guardiola ran, I think like 2016 through 2018, you had Sane left-footed on the left wing, and then you had, who was your right winger? Mars as well? Do you have Mars, and who's the other right wing at the time?
Sterling?
Was it
It
Bernardo?
was probably just Bernardo.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he kept one left footer on the left on purpose so he can get those passes across the box more. You can't get that with a right footer on the left because they're cutting in. So that whole system was all based on passes into the box through the left-hand side. The right-hand side was a little more different.
That's why he favored Walker so much, because he
Walker
would beat every overlap.
Exactly, and then he would do the driven passes across the box. I don't think, personally, they changed the way they create chances. I think they're just really reaping the benefits because of who they have.
I literally just think they put someone in the path of those crosses over one season to another.
How many of his goals were coming from through balls from the midfield?
Probably not many.
Honestly,
probably
not
not
many
many.
Are through balls that are coming from crazy passes.
35 goals of his 70 were him latching onto passes.
I'm saying a lot of what the goals are
for Haaland.
Yes, they're sprints. They're
I think the ones that you remember
diagonal runs across the defense.
Maybe the ones he scores against West Ham.
Every goal he scored against West Ham was like that.
They're not.
No, what?
Every time he scores against West
He
Ham,
scored
he gets a
one
goal like that.
one-on-one. He scored one one-on-one.
Scored 2 1-on-1s.
Last game?
Yes.
He scored one one-on-one that was a breakaway from De Bruyne. One.
2. The last
One.
one and the first one.
No, one.
The last one where he chipped
wait.
Fabianski wasn't a 1-on-1.
That was the one I'm talking about.
Okay, the first one where he ran when he went through on goal, he slotted it across. He slotted it right past Areola. 2 1-on-1s.
What do you consider a through ball, like a latch onto a run? Because remember when Haaland scored against City, it was a deflected pass from Bernardo Silva that puts him through on goal, but it was right.
You mean
outside
against
the 18.
Chelsea?
Against Chelsea, it was right outside the 18.
That's not like a breakaway.
That's you're thinking
like,
like
that's a tap in.
You're at half field and Haaland.
What I'm
latches
saying
onto
is
the ball and he
the way
runs.
City
through
function.
ball,
Through
I
ball,
guess.
City aren't
50
playing
yards
through.
words.
City aren't playing through balls like that. City are working their way up the field, either through the wingers or through the middle.
Exactly.
Waiting until they get to their third and then working it into the box. When Haaland came in, a lot of those passes from the midfield, deep in the midfield, were through balls in behind the defense, and Haaland was latching on to
Now,
them.
how far away was Haaland in this play? Are you talking about a half field, or are you talking about in the final third?
Usually, in that area between the final
half-
third and half field, like in that like.
I personally think they still have a lot more possession on the wings than I think you're thinking. I think a lot of their passes are still the way that they created for a long time. It's get the ball to the winger, put the ball in the box, or like at least cut it back. Things like that. Cutbacks are just how Pep always played. And even back then, he did the same thing, and I think this year he's still doing the same thing. And now he just has.
I think this year, yes. I think this year, yes. And I think what I'm specifically talking about is the year that he scored 35 goals.
I think this year it's not, because he has Doku off the left cutting in on his right, and then he has Savinho on the right wing cutting in on his left. So it's actually
Yes, but these
might be the
players
one
are getting
season-
deep into the opponent's third.
True.
What
It's
I'm
still the
saying
same
is
concept. I
when
get
he
what you're
came in, these balls were coming from deep in there, like deep in. I would say right where the center circle is. These are like piercing through balls that he's latching onto because he's pacey and because we know that once he gets through, he's gonna finish them.
Mhm.
And that was happening a lot last season. A lot of 1-on-1s with the goalkeeper. Like I said, literally twice against West Ham it happened, where two 1-on-1s. It happened consistently.
I will say
That one season.
there was last season he scored 1 goal outside the box. We were having that conversation
Two
before.
seasons ago.
Two seasons ago. Sorry.
Two seasons ago.
How
Yeah.
many penalties?
That's a good question too. But anyways, what was the point of
My
this
point
whole
in saying
talk?
this is that, and I
I'm
feel like I
lost.
repeated it. My point in saying this is that if Pep can change his style of play
Mhm.
to favor Haaland, I think a lot of teams will. The reason I brought up, and I said it to you, Cole Palmer changed the way Chelsea played because every ball went through him. Did it
Yeah,
not?
because everyone else was shit. That's
Exactly.
not.
But he was a good player.
Yeah.
Shit went through him.
Mhm.
Your team, he played better, and the team played better. Am I incorrect?
We were 10th place until the last
He
5 games.
played
of the
better.
season. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
don't
played
think
better.
it's-
He got batting the whole season.
He had 9
yeah.
goals from
Yeah.
pens out of the 22.
Yeah,
So
you say 10th place, but
we
where'd
were
you guys
10th.
end?
We ended in 6th.
Okay, I don't
6th or 7th. 7th.
for
right?
the
Seven,
for the
Sorry, 7th.
trajectory of the
Conference.
season. I don't think that's bad.
I think no, we were having a shocking season until
Exactly.
the last 5
Until
games.
the last 5 games,
but
and we
when
turned it around.
Enzo
And
subbed
how much
out.
of that was due to?
Why? Hey,
But how much of that was due to
Conversation.
Cole Palmer?
I'm sorry. The
How much
5
of that was
wins.
due to Cole Palmer?
I think Cole Palmer had more contributions toward
Yeah,
the
he
middle.
was
What
one
I'm
of the
saying-
biggest
When
game
y'all were
changers, though.
losing.
When we were
He was
losing.
one of the biggest game
Guys, I
changers,
think
like
my point in saying
ties
this
and
is
all
that
that
Cole
stuff.
Palmer changed the way Chelsea played the game. A lot more of the ball went
Last
through
year,
Cole
not
Palmer.
this year.
I would say last year.
I'm not
because
talking about last year. I'm talking about last year,
Pochettino-
not
the way
this year.
Pochettino
We're
plays,
3
he
games
loves
in.
his cam. Dele Alli back in the day.
Yes.
He gives him Palmer the freedom to do whatever the fuck he wants because no one else was producing. And I think now with Maresca, you're not going to get that freedom that Pochettino was giving Palmer. I still think Palmer's going to have a really good season, just not a 22 goal and 11 assist season. I don't think that's going to happen. If he does, fair play to him. But I don't think that the team is playing around Palmer right now. I don't think that's the case at all. For Haaland, it's a little different.
So I think
Watch the
Cole
games.
Palmer. Even then, I think with Haaland, I think with any major player that comes into a team, I can say it like on a lower level with the way Paqueta came into West Ham. I can say it like the style of play changes. We change the way we play. At least when Paqueta.
But it doesn't always lead to output. It doesn't always lead to the same output. You can't just.
Yes, but
like,
that has a lot to
huge
do.
hypothetical. That is a huge hypothetical. You can say that about any player.
But
Like,
isn't the
if you
same
put Bruno
hypothetical going
Fernandes
the
on
other
City,
way?
does he still have the same goal contributions or like vice versa? Like, it's not. It's a huge hypothetical, and I can't see it.
Okay, but isn't that the conversation? Like, isn't
That
the
is a conversation,
Is
but
the point of isn't the point of the conversation to speak on hypotheticals? Like, isn't that where the conversation started? Like, it started with would
Yeah,
Haaland
but
do it on
you're-
the other time? That's a
you're
hypothetical,
supporting it with hypotheticals.
and you're denying it with hypotheticals.
No, I'm denying it by comparing profiles, like similar players and similar play styles, and I don't know.
So players similar to Haaland don't score goals.
That's not what I'm
I
So
I think you're just.
saying. I think you're lost. in the
I got a
conversation.
no,
little-
I think you're lost in the
I
conversation.
got a little
'cause at the end of the day, I
sidetrack
think that
on
Haaland-
this. On the Haaland topic. How many goals do you think Haaland has this season?
He has 7.
No, how many goals do you think he finishes with?
Oh,
What's the question? I'm
I'm sorry. You asked it.
That was a really bad question.
Okay, but he asked it. How many goals do you think Haaland has this
How
season?
many? Yeah, like
How
how
many
many
do I think
goals
he
do you think
ends
he
with?
ends with this
I think he
season?
ends with above 30.
Oh, that was
I think he ends with above 30.
Above 30.
He's breaking the record.
He's breaking the record.
He's breaking the record.
I think he might break his own record.
He's getting
Tiago?
36.
Oh, he's on pace for it.
We'll just see with injuries.
I will. Yeah, barring injuries,
not that-
barring
I'm not
injuries,
saying
and
that.
barring injuries and barring success, because I don't see anyone chasing us up the table as people say they are, and I don't think if we are still in 4 competitions come like February and March, I don't think he'll get as many Premier League starts as he wants to.
So how many goals?
He's on pace for like what 37, 38
He's on pace for 40.
for
I
40.
think he's on pace for 40 right now. That's right.
7-3.
Well, I'll check right now.
I don't know. I'd say at least 30, maybe 35. I'd say 35.
What divide?
So he
divide 3
ties.
by
What
7
is it?
and
Isn't that the
multiply
record
by 38.
that he has? He ties it.
I think so.
Okay. Plus or minus 2-3 goals.
I say minus just because of how Pep manages him.
Minus. All right.
Yeah.
What's your guess?
What's the over under at?
No, just how
No,
many
it's
goals
like
do you think he
give or
finishes
take,
with?
Give or take.
He's breaking the
That's
record. He's at 37.
He's breaking the record.
Is that what he's on track for?
I think. Oh no, I just think he's gonna get that. I'm trying to do the math.
I'm
What's
just
he on
I'm just
track
taking
for?
into account once it comes like the December, January, February time, and Pep starts pulling them from games that
Yeah,
were far
that
up
is true.
ahead.
But now,
or
hey,
just
who
not
are they
There's
playing.
nobody to
Who are
replace
they
him,
gonna-
right?
Yeah, they're gonna bring McAtee on. Is that his name?
Yeah,
Back-
McAtee, but
Well,
McAtee's playing
I
like a
did
pocket
say
player.
I did say in the second episode that during preseason when Haaland came off of preseason games, Grealish was moving into the center as almost like a false 9 role, which would be interesting to see.
He's on,
Mm.
that's actually what he's on pace for.
What is it?
If it's 7 goals in 3 games, that's 7 divided by 3.
But that
3
ratio
divided
is
by
not
7.
sustainable.
It's
That
not 3
ratio
divided by 7 because that's 0.42. So that's not even a goal a game.
Oh,
that
sorry, you're
that
right.
ratio is not sustainable.
It's not
though.
sustainable, but if
It'd
the-
probably be
on
like
pace
what
is-
60 something.
No, it's 88.
That's crazy.
So
Give or take.
that's
like,
why I was looking at the number.
But-
like, I'm doing something wrong. No, that's what it is. That's what
Take
he's on
like
pace
40.
for.
But it's 2 hat tricks, so
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
7 goals
It's
in
not
3 games.
sustainable.
It's not
I
possible.
don't know.
But
It's obviously still like a
did
crap.
you say your top 3 yet? Of
Oh, my
strikers?
top 3?
Yeah,
that's
No,
what
I
we were
didn't.
talking about. No, you said
I
Harry
didn't.
Kane.
I said Harry Kane's my number 1. I'd put Haaland as number 2. And then, based on our conversations and what you guys have been saying and the inputs, I'll put Aguero as 3.
Good man. Wait. Okay, good man. That's fine.
Aguero as 3. And I only say Haaland number 2 because of, I know, just the way that he plays, how he can just body play people off and what he can do. But I'm not putting him number 1 yet because it's a big what if. I need to see him in a system in the Premier League without Pep and without Kevin De Bruyne. I think those are 2 huge factors for
Yeah.
his success so far.
I mean,
And I know you
that's
guys say that he
important,
could
but I feel
potentially
like
do
you
it
can
in
say
any other
this- I
team,
feel like you
but
can say the same about a lot of people. Because does Harry Kane do what he did? If it wasn't for that, does he?
if it wasn't for what? For
Like
his shit teams?
being in the system that he was in.
I say he would probably do more in a better system. In a Pep, like if he
Yeah.
played under Pep, he's doing more than what he did.
Possibly.
Spurs.
I don't.
A big
think,
part
I
of his
think
game was
so.
coming deep to get the ball, though. And I don't know if
I don't
that.
think. Yeah, but he.
I don't
But
think he's
you're
scoring
talking
from those, though.
Pep
He's not
though.
scoring
Pep
from
will
those.
see his
My point
players
in-
and
my point in
Well,
saying
he's
that, I
scoring
think
from the
that applies to
buildup of
everybody.
that.
Mhm.
My point is saying that applies to a lot of people because Aguero was only at City. Henry was only under Wenger. Like it's like those systems, which I would say Wenger's system probably benefited Henry. I don't know. I think there's a conversation.
I want to throw this in there. I think if you put Isak in the same exact team right now and you got rid of Haaland, I think he also can
agree with that.
get 35 goals in a season. Isak might be. I think he's a more clinically. I think his shot conversion percentage is higher than Haaland's.
And
Granted,
he's more technical too. He's a big, much more
technical.
technical
I
player.
honestly think if you put Isak in this Man City team,
He doesn't stay healthy though.
he doesn't stay healthy. Let's say hypothetically, if he gets a injury-free season, 35.
That's also a
season.
big thing for Haaland. I mean,
That's all I'm
he had
At
an
least
injury last
30
season, but
plus for sure.
But
I
Haaland
think,
is a
yeah.
fucking machine. Like he's
Haaland
a
is
freak of
machine, but
nature.
Isak is-
Isak,
machine,
his
too.
technique.
What I'm saying
on
is
his
like
finishes
in-
are so
his-
clean. His ball
his-
striking ability.
No. What I'm saying is like
His
his
dribbling,
his
yeah.
availability.
Availability is a
He's a
huge
fucking
factor.
machine. Like
Yeah.
he's 6'4", he's fast as fuck. He stays healthy. He's
Yeah.
just nuts.